Have you ever considered how much it costs to process a typical transaction? Between gathering information such as item pricing, entering the transaction, emailing or printing it, and then eventually processing it, it could cost well over $100 depending on how high priced the people handling the order are. Let's say you have to enter an order for your biggest customer, but they have also returned an item from a prior order, so it needs to be returned to stock and credited. In addition, you had accidentally sold them a defective item previously, so you told them to just simply throw it away, and you have to give them credit for that as well. Well, with most systems, you would enter a sales order for the new items being sold, and you'd enter a return order for the items being returned. Then you'd enter a credit memo for the defective items. At the appropriate time, the orders would be shipped and credits would be generated and applied against other invoices. You'd have to process all three orders, and your customer would have to do the same thing on their end. This would be a time-consuming and expensive process for both companies. With ALERE, there's a much easier way. You can have multiple line item types on the same order. For example, I could enter a sales order that contains sales type items for items that are being sold, return type line items for items being returned to stock and credited, and credit type items for items being simply credited. The value of the order is the value of all the sales type items minus the value of the return and credit items. Now you're only dealing with one order instead of three, which is great, but maybe even more importantly, your biggest customer is only dealing with one order and he's not annoyed with you for wasting his time. Let's take a look at how easy this is with ALERE. I select sales orders, and I selected I want to add a new one. The various order types are available to select, with the default being a standard sales order, and I confirm that's what I want. I can select a customer, and all the standard order information is stored in the customer record, so it automatically populates. I then save and move to the line item tab. Now I can enter the items in any order, but I'm going to enter the item that I'm selling them first. I can change the quantity. In this case, I'll just leave it at 1. Here's where the sales line item types are. Now, the default is sale, and in this case, since it is an item I'm selling them, I'm going to keep it at sale. Now, the customer price for this item is $88.30, so that's the value of the order at this point in time. So far, so good. Now I'll enter the item being returned. I'll change the type to return. The customer's price for this item is $19. So now when I save it, the order value is reduced by $19. Finally, I'll enter the item that's being credited. And I'll choose it as a credit type line type. The customer's price for this item is $4. So when I save the order, the value of the order is reduced by an additional $4. That's all there is to it. The customer gets credit for the 2 items he's supposed to, and it's just applied directly against the new item being sold. There's 1 order instead of 3 for both you and your customer, so you both save time and aggravation. ALERE is full of unique features like this that solve annoying, time-consuming challenges that confront people in business every day.